My name is Maria 5. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back to my channel if you're not so new. And I'm here today with a tea and a make and a book and a little bit of footage from Calgary. So we'll get started actually with that footage. This is back when I was in Calgary a couple weeks ago. We have Fringe Coffee in Montgomery, northwest part of Calgary. And here we have the inside. They have swinging benches. How cool is that? And then here I am having a London Fog, one of the worst. Do not order. Drinking tea, of course. Winter Wishes, new mug. I am drinking mulled spice tea. I've got some honey in it and it's not great. It's just not great. I have mixed the mulled spice with the orange spice tea, like half and half. And that's not bad, but this is not great. But anyway, definitely something for warming up. And this is not my make, but I have to share this with you because I'm so thrilled by it. I have this, and it looks like a cookie tin. And in fact, it is a cookie tin. And these are these cute little houses in Delft, Netherlands. And the tin is full of speculaas, which is a Dutch ginger spicy cookie that I absolutely love. And I was so thrilled to find this. I was like, I have to have this. I'm not even sharing that with anybody. So yeah, that was just one of those things. But I had to share it with you because it's just adorably cute. And the make today, I have this. This is a tree, but it's a pouch. And my girlfriend and I, we made a few of them. It's little glass beads and a little drawstring. And you could put anything you wanted to in here. But I am going to be filling them up with some lint balls, lint chocolate balls. And yeah, they're just a nice little gift for coworkers or teachers, students, just a little something, not crazy. But yeah, they were really fun. It was a tutorial on YouTube. I'm sure you can find it. But yeah, a little bit of interfacing, and then the whole thing is lined. And I did mine all in red, and my girlfriend did all hers in white. And you can literally use any fabric you want, but they are just super cute. So there's that. Then we have the book. I have Merry Christmas, by the way. I know it's a day late, but you know, it's only one day late. So I have The Secret Christmas Library by Jenny Colgan. If you know Jenny Colgan, she is a romance writer. And of course, this book does not disappoint. But if you're reading it for the plot, it's not a plot-based book. So don't worry about that. But it's brilliant. It's funny. It's brilliantly written. So, written in 2025. Quite recent. So, Mirren Sutherland, she has found couple years ago now, a priceless antique book in her great aunt's attic. It was worth quite a bit. There was a professional book antiquarian named Theo Palliser, and he was one of those suave debonair, you know, traveled in the right circles. Was you had the idea he came from a lot of money, and Mirren did not. So she and Leo started something, and she thought it was actually going, quite well. And then he ghosted her, and then that was the end of it. And she took about 4 months to really get over him. And someone named Jamie contacts both of them, trying to find a lost book to save his crumbling castle in Scotland. Oh, gee, have we never heard this before? However, yes, so he's hired both of them, and they are off on this train to Scotland, and they're going to find this book. Now, number one problem. The Secret Christmas Library No, there is no such thing as a secret Christmas library. The whole house is filled to bursting with books because the old man, the grandfather that was there, Jamie's grandfather, just was completely book obsessed and so bought books by the loads. And yeah. So it's a house full of books. It's not a secret Christmas library at all. It's a Christmas search, yes, because they're trying to find this book. And the old man was a bit of a riddler. So he left clues and they have to solve them. And I mean, I am not a riddler per se. So for me, finding these clues and having them solve them to me was, I had a little bit of a hard time buying into it. I was like, that's not quite plausible. But, you know, maybe people like that are really like that. I don't know. I don't know anybody that's quite that. And they just all happen to be that way. Yeah. I mean, it brings a little bit of the DaVinci Code, that sort of thing, into it. And I had a hard time. But, you know, if you can buy into it. It's just well written. Again, don't read it for the plot, but it is very, very well written. So, Jamie's sister Esme shows up at the castle at the last minute. Nobody knew she was coming. And so her and Theo pair off. And, of course, that leaves Miriam and Jamie. And so, yeah. It's long and drawn out, but it's Christmas, and so there's all this Christmas festivity, and it's well done. It's just really, really well done. It's a great Christmas read, let me say that. So, yeah, it is a Christmas read. Yeah, it's witty. I'm going to read you some. And this, The Secret Christmas Library, again, and I know I've said this before, but authors don't necessarily get to pick the titles of their books. Usually that's a publishing house that will do it. And so there'll be a working title, but then, you know, it's not necessarily... And from my experience, actually, it's the most intricate, interesting titles, not the humdrum ones that they get people going. And I'm the same way. I'll pick up a book because the title is intriguing, and I'm like, ooh. So there is something to be said for all that. Anyway, let's get started. Wow, said Miriam again, but less emphatically. The other thing she noticed was that here, each side of the corridor was lined with just one thing, bookshelves. Miles of them. There were 3 bookshelves. There were bookshelves as far as the eye could see, overflowing with books. Miriam and Theo, bibliophiles both, immediately glanced at the piles. Everything was ramshackle, piled up without much order to it. The books were of all types, old law registers, hunting manuals, novels, memoirs, shopping lists, all of it thrown in a hugger-mugger. I liked that. So that gives you an idea of this castle that's crumbling around Jamie. Miriam jolted with excitement. For a split second she didn't want, and nor, she sensed, did Theo, to tell the warring siblings, who were still fussing and squabbling. It felt like something so magical that neither of them quite deserved it, particularly the way they were so obviously used to behaving exactly how they wanted in front of the hired help. That was clearly a posh person characteristic. Behave exactly how you like at all times. As they prepared to split up, Miriam had pulled on the heavy overcoat again, forgoing the waiters, and Jamie had disappeared to grab her an extra jumper. Theo had looked slightly concerned. There definitely aren't any ghosts, really, right? He'd said, and Esme had snorted. The only person who looks supernatural around in these parts is you, Wraith boy. Theo had tried to look insulted, but failed. He does it on purpose, said Miriam. He thinks he's in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I just really enjoyed this book. So, if I have at all intrigued you, please pick it up, give it a read, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope that you will like and subscribe. And we are going to be tuning in 1 week only, just one, for for the New Year's one. I've got a New Year's vlog coming, and we will see you then. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in 1 week. Bye-bye.